our next topic is that analysis of resultant vector. So suppose if you have two vectors a and b. So suppose you have two vectors a and b. The magnitude of a vector is 5 and magnitude of b vector is 3, suppose. So when their resultant will be maximum? Obviously their resultant will be maximum when they are in the same direction. 5 and 3 are in the same direction, then the resultant will be add up. 5 plus 3 is equals to 80. In the rest all the cases, the resultant will be maximum if these two vectors are at an angle, suppose some angle, okay, then the resultant will be not 80, it will be less than 8. Okay, how can you find? You have to, in this case, you have to use that rule, mod of r is equals to root of a square plus b square plus 2ab cos theta. Okay, and when the resultant will be minimum, their resultant will be minimum when these two vectors will be in the opposite direction. Correct? When these two vectors will be in the opposite direction, then their resultant will be minimum. So then their resultant will be how much? This is 5 vector, and this 3 vector will be in opposite direction, then their resultant will be minimum. How much? 5 minus 3 is equals to 2 units. Okay, then their magnitude will be 2 units. Okay, so two vectors, if you have two vectors, their resultant will be maximum when they are in the same direction, and their resultant will be minimum when they are in opposite direction. So these are max, these are min, and these are max. Okay, and in rest of all the cases, the resultant will be between 5 and 8, that means between maximum and minimum. Okay, so if in all the cases the resultant will be between 5 and 8. Okay, so in other way you can say that the magnitude of vector a and vector b is minimum when they are opposite vectors, and maximum when they are in the same direction. Okay, so when these two vectors will be in the same direction, their magnitude will be add up, and the maximum value will be mod a plus mod b. Okay, here 5 plus 3 is equals to, what is the maximum value? 5 plus 3 is equals to 8, and their resultant will be minimum when they are in the opposite direction. And in that case the resultant will be their magnitude will be subtracted. Okay, so in this case the result is how much? 5 minus 3 is equals to 8 is equals to 2 units. Okay. So r min is equals to mod a minus mod b. Okay, so there should be another whole mod. Okay. Another mod. Why? Because if you are subtracting 3 minus 2, suppose 3 minus 2, then it will be minus 2. So for this minus 2, you need another modulus. Okay, so next point is that if three collinear vectors add up to 0, the sum of magnitudes of 2 must be equal to the magnitude of the third. Okay, so this case is only for if you have three collinear vectors and their addition is 0, then their sum of the magnitudes of the 2 must be equal to the magnitude of the third. Suppose you have three vectors, three collinear vectors. Collinear vectors means vectors are in the same line. So if one is 5, another is 3, okay, and their addition is 0, then the third one must be in opposite direction, and then its magnitude must be 8. Okay, so this saying sum of the two vectors must be equal to the sum of the third vector. And if you have three non-collinear vectors means those vectors which are not in the same line. So there must be a possible way of representing them along three sides of a triangle. If you cannot represent them in a triangular shape, then their addition is not 0. Okay, so there must be a possible way of representing them in a triangular shape. Okay, or in another way you can say that, okay, so what is the properties of triangle? You know that sum of the two arms must be greater than the third arm. Sum of any two arms must be greater than the third arm. So So if any question is given like that so that the resultant is 0 or not, so what you have to do, you have to check that two arms is greater than the third arm or not. Okay, if this condition is satisfied, then that means the resultant is 0. If this condition is not satisfied, then the resultant, that means that their resultant is not 0. And the last point of today's topic is that the null or zero vector. Okay, what is the null or zero vector? Now we say that a null of the a zero vector is a vector whose magnitude is 0, but it has some random or arbitrary direction. Okay, so it has some random or arbitrary direction, but its magnitude is 0, but it has some direction. So let us solve some numericals based on MCQs based on these theories. So first question is that two forces of magnitudes 5 and 7 newtons respectively act on a particle at an angle theta to each other, which can have any value. The least magnitude of the resultant is. Okay, so you have to find out the least magnitude of the resultant. So we know that least magnitude of the resultant is when these two vectors will be in opposite direction, and in that case the resultant will be 7 minus 5, that means 2 Newton. So your answer is 2 Newton. Correct. The second question is that which of the following cannot give the resultant of 10 Newton? Which of the following cannot give the resultant of 10 Newton? So what you have to do, you have to find out the range of the resultant. Okay, so let us check what is the range of these two vectors. These two vectors can give 5 plus 5, highest it can give 5 plus 5, 10 Newton, or lowest it can give 5 minus 5, 0 Newton. Okay, so it can give 10 Newton obviously. So second one, it can give, what is the highest resultant it can give? 10 plus 5, that means 15 Newton. It is the R max, it is the highest resultant vector. And the lowest resultant vector, value of lowest resultant vector is 10 minus 5, that means 5. Okay, so its range is between 5 to 10, so it can give resultant of 10 Newton. So let us check the range of this third vector. So its highest resultant value is, it can give high resultant value how much? 10 plus 10 is 20, and lowest value is 10 minus 10, 0. So its range is between 0 Newton to 20 Newton. So it can give, so that obviously it can give 10 Newton resultant. The last one, okay, let us check its range. So highest it can give 100 plus 10, that means 110 Newton, but lowest it can give 100 minus 10, that means 90 Newton. So its range is between 90 Newton to 110 Newton. So it cannot give us the resultant of 10 Newton. So answer is option D. The third question is, which of the following cannot give 0 resultant? Okay, so which of the following cannot give 0 resultant? 5 5 5, 5 5 10. Okay, so we have to check, can we arrange them? Can we arrange them in triangular shape? Then we can say that their resultant is 0. Okay, so if the three vectors can be represented by the sides of a triangle, then the resultant can be 0. We know that, this one. Okay, so can we represent can we arrange them in the triangular shape? Okay, so this one is 5 5 5. You can arrange them in triangular shape. It will be an isosceles triangle. Okay, or let us check in another way. We'll add two arms. We'll check that these two arms, any two arms is greater than the third arm or not. Okay, so 5 plus 5 is equals to 10. 10 is greater than 5. Okay, here 5 plus 5 is 10. 10, okay, third arm is also 10. Okay, so sum of these two arms is equals to third arm. Okay, so you can arrange them in triangular shape also. 5 plus 10 is 15. 15 is greater than 10. But in the last case, 5 plus 10 is 15, which is less than 20. That means you cannot arrange them in triangular shape, because of the property of triangle is that sum of any two arms must be greater than or equals to the third arm. So 5 plus 10 is 15, which is less than 20. So you cannot arrange these three vectors in triangular shapes. in triangular shape. So your answer is option D. So number 4, the resultant of A and B makes an angle alpha with A and B. The resultant of A and B vector makes an angle alpha with A and beta with B. Then alpha is greater less than beta, or alpha is less than beta if alpha mod A is less than mod B. Alpha is less than beta if mod A is greater than mod B, and alpha is less than beta if mod A is equals to mod B. So this is your homework actually. Okay, you have to solve this one. So thank you for today.